Hey there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you for joining me again today for another card making tutorial, and we're going to make a version of this lovely card today. Okay, as always I'm going to switch up some stuff just to say that the colour combinations that I've used for the card here are the Retiring Pretty Peacock, Bermuda Bay, my absolute favourite, and Coastal Cabana. So those were the sort of blue greens that I chose to work with for this particular sample. The stamp set is Forever Fern, and there are some coordinating dies called Forever Flourishing. So we've done a bit of the stamping and we've also die cut some of the elements as well. Okay, so it's a beautiful sort of distinctive stamp, so there's a lot of texture that you get from just stamping the image with the classic ink pads, and we can die cut those out. So all of these open shapes plus the ones I've taken out for use coordinate with the stamps, and then we've got some fantastic other flourishes that go with that as well. And then the other thing in this suite, so these gold elements here, these are die cuts. Now sorry if this is going to potentially flash and reflect all over the place, but look at those, aren't they stunning? You get 6 sheets of these. So I've pulled out some of these ones with the centres on to place a sentiment on, but we've got these wonderful, it's like the what are they called, the Maori, the All Blacks, the rugby team, like their fern, isn't it? So there's 3 sheets of those, but underneath as well we've also got these designs that are designed to sort of go over a card front. Aren't they just super stunning? Okay, so those are really beautiful. This is classified as a speciality paper, so this will is likely to retire. It may not, because it's a speciality paper that coordinates with one of the sets. So if the set stays around, there's a chance that that will. Who knows? Don't know. So I've picked out the one with the hexagon in the centre for this particular design. So we're going to go with the same sort of layout using a white card base, and we're pulling in Rococo Rose. This is another one of the retiring colours, and we'll use the hexagonal element. So the sort of design is going sort of north to south, so we're going to do a bit more of the stamping sort of towards the left hand side of the card to complement that when it goes together. Okay, I'll just stick that to one side for the moment, and we will start by stamping that large image again. So we're going to like I say, use the Rococo Rose. That's going to be our dark shade in the background like we did before, and then I'm going to bring in Flirty Flamingo and Blushing Bride. They are different colours, so this is a warm pink and this is a cool pink, and I'd say this is quite a warm colour as well. So I haven't tried them out, we're just going to go with it and just see. So the idea being that we're using basically non-traditional colours with our Forever Fern stamp. Okay, so like I say, we're going to point this up into that corner and the bottom left corner. The stalks are going to get covered up by our other elements, so I'm not going to concern myself too much with where they're going. I just want them to act as a backdrop to the rest of the design, really. Okay, so that's all we're going to stamp on the actual card. The rest is going to be stamped onto some other cardstock. Okay, we'll get that back out in a minute when we do our sentiment. So the Flirty Flamingo is next up, which we're going to use with this image, and I think I'm going to do 3 of each of these. Isn't it lovely, this Flirty Flamingo? I just love it. 3 of those ones. Gorgeous. And then we've got Blushing Bride for this sort of round leaves. I don't know what they're supposed to be. I'm not an expert on flowers or leaves or foliage or whatever. Green things. Okay, so there we have those. So as you can imagine, there's a bit of die cutting to do. There, we can do 2 at a time though. So if we position these dies like so, we can roll them through and cut 2 at a time. So we're going to need 3 passes through the machine. These line up beautifully with the stamped images. Like so. Put that onto the die cut machine, which is just off to my right here. And these are very easy to use. As they line up easily, which is obviously very, very good, and means that you'll get good results. Okay, so there's that one. Let's reposition it on the next image while I'm talking at you. And Stampin' Up actually produce their own dies now, and they coordinate so much better than the other manufacturers. Just realised you probably can't see me doing that, sorry. Just lining that up. There we go. Run number 2. The base platform on this machine actually holds all the instructions you need to use it, and which plates you're supposed to use with which product. So not only can you die cut with the machine, you can also use your embossing folders by switching out some of the plates and using different, what they call sandwiches. Okay, I think I should call them sandwiches. Layers of plates. And when you order a machine, it comes with all of those plates already in the package, so there's no additional stuff to get it used. You can just use it straight out of the box. You will have to replace your cutting pads, these clear pads, over time. Once I've positioned this, I'll just show you my current cutting plate. So you need a bottom and a top plate. Okay, so these are going to cut into this one. See all that crazy marks? Okay, but if you keep flipping it over, it's starting to bend a little bit, but then you turn it over and it bends back the other way, so you get lots and lots of use out of these plates. And then when this one gets to a point where I'm thinking, it's probably leaving more marks on my paper than it is anything else, I'll make this top plate my new bottom plate and get a fresh top plate to put on top. So you're only ever really using just one at a time, replacing one at a time, and they come in packs of 2, so they'll last you a while. And that crunching and cracking, that's absolutely fine. That's just the die being pressed into that acrylic plate. Okay, so that's completely normal if it does that. Absolutely fine. So there we are, all our die cutting's done. There are embossing folders that coordinate with this suite, which are really, really beautiful, and all of the components, the individual dies and the embossing folders, will fit through the mini cut and emboss as well. So if you are looking to get a mini machine, you can use this set with that as well, which is fabulous. Okay, let's start putting this thing together. It's actually not too complicated a card, really, to be honest. Once you've done all your stamping and die cutting, It's pretty straightforward. So we're layering this on. These layers are a bit smaller than I would do normally, and I've done a 1/4 inch border rather than a 1/8 of an inch border, or reduction in size if you like, so you see more of the layering colour there, which is lovely. We can put that straight onto our card base. So normally, oh, see that red tape's appeared in the cassette there, so I've just run out of tape on that insert there, so I'm just going to pull open my case. We can discard that, and I can get a new refill out of its packet, and I can drop that in there, easy as that. Put the case back together and just roll it on, and it's ready to go. Okay, no bother, really easy. So there's our base card, and we're going to use dimensionals to put all these things on, and you only need one large dimensional on each of these. They both have convenient landing spots for those, so in those little junctions there. Lovely position for those to sit in. And as I said, we're going to sort of focus our design towards the left hand side of this card, and maybe like so. So again, I'm not going to stress about the stalks overlapping. We'll make sure that they get covered up when we do the put the sentiment on and stuff. Okay, and then we need to decide where we put these ones. So that bright pink is actually going to be quite impactful, I think. Where's my just going to bring in my little gold bit there and see where I want to put these elements, and I think we can actually get some in down here, and up in this corner too. Okay, so that's all going to get covered up. That's lovely. And if we fill in this space here, I think that would look good. So just tuck that in. Sorry if that's flaring on the camera there. Just want to get that to tuck in as much as possible so it's not overhanging. There we go. So we've got a really nice full design. Could probably have put that one a bit further round, really. Might be able to twist it. Not too much. Okay, so that's going to go there. So we've got a lot of stuff going on here, so we want to probably put a couple of dimensionals along that right hand side to put that into position. Maybe just one towards the centre there. Should keep everything in place. And a little bit of dry adhesive to catch the edges of those. Like so. Brilliant. So now we just want to add our sentiment details, okay, and we're going to do that with the Rococo Rose ink. So we'll get our Rococo Rose there. We need some scrap paper. Light tapping on the ink pad, press that down. Lovely. And we're going to need a couple of other scraps of paper and the tailored tag punch and the, whatever this is called, detailed tag, something like that. No, not detailed, is it? Don't know, can't remember what that's called. Right, tailored tag is going to be for pink and white. Like so. What is this punch called? Begins with a D. Right, you can see, I hope that I'm positioning the sentiment off to the right there, because what we're going to do is we're going to double punch this, because I don't want that so long. I want to sort of make it a little narrower. So I'm going to push it back into the punch and use that straight top and bottom edges to guide that in. You may want to use some kind of pokey tool or something just to make sure that that's lined up where you want it to be, like so. Just caught that bottom edge a little bit, but that'll be fine. Okay, so the white tailored tag, we're going to slice in half. You've seen me do this before, and it just helps to give a border onto the this coloured section here. I did it on my scrap buster card that I did last week, using this punch to build a background. There we are. And then this is going to go over the top on the front. Something like straight and something like in the middle. Something like there. There we are. And then this can go onto our card. And there we have it. So there's our pink version. Here's our original blue version. Real fun cards to make with your Forever Greenery, Forever Fern stamp set, and the gold elements. I think these are really beautiful things to add to your card. Oh, look at that, just twinkling away. It just adds that element of luxury to it all. And of course there's loads of different colours that you could use, and I thought it looked nice with those three sort of tonal colours. Yeah, love to see what you come up with. As always, all the links and stuff to the products I've used to make these cards is going to be in the description below. So that's either by clicking show more or the little arrow, depending on the device you're watching on. There's also links in there to just browse the store generally, and also a join my team link. Now is a brilliant time to become a demonstrator. You're going to see the launch of a new catalogue, so there's lots coming, lots of fun stuff coming out for demonstrators right now on the lead up to that. So there's no time like the present, and the starter kit is in phenomenal value, and you get to choose exactly what you want. Stampin' Up do not choose that for you, and I do not choose that for you. You choose it all yourself, but I'm happy to talk through stuff if you aren't sure what to get. You just contact me and I'll help you with that. Okay, that's enough rambling from me. Hope you have a lovely day, rest of your week, and I'll see you again soon. Stay safe out there. Bye.